In order for us to use the Smartboard to integrate technology into our lessons, the first thing we need to know is what exactly is a Smartboard. To answer that question, we're going to go through the first part of the Smart Notebook Level 1 document, which can be found on the Information Technology website. One of the things we like to encourage people to do when they're creating smart lessons is to insert a teacher slide right at the beginning that gives you notes on the lesson, the subject, the topic, intended learning outcomes, things like that. Basically, this is the information that would go at the beginning of a lesson plan, and it is intended to help you remember what it is that you're trying to show your students, and if you were to share this document with others, that they would know what the lesson is going to cover. The next slide has a checklist so your students know what exactly it is that you're going to be learning for the day. Today we're going to be looking at the components of a Smartboard setup, and we'll cover the rest at a later time. So let's take a look at the components of a Smartboard setup. First thing you need to have is your computer with the Smart Notebook software installed. Luckily, all the desktops in the district have been imaged with that Smart Notebook software, so you don't actually have to worry about that piece at all. Your computer is hooked up to an LCD projector to show what's on the computer up on the screen, and then the screen itself is the Smartboard. The Smartboard allows you to interact with the computer, that's why this arrow goes to the computer, which in turn shows the projector onto the screen, which allows you to interact with the computer, which shows through the projector, which shows up on the screen. It's a cyclical process, that's why there's a circle. The components, let's pull this up here. The Smartboard acts as the monitor, mouse, and keyboard. Essentially, anything you can do on the computer, you can do on the board. It's like a giant touch screen. At its most basic level, it's like a really fancy whiteboard. We don't want you to use it only at that most basic level, but that is essentially what it does. In order for you to create engaging learning materials and not just have it be a fancy whiteboard, we're going to use the Smart Notebook software and the Smartboard tools to create, save, and reuse some engaging lessons. These lessons allow you to integrate audio and video and internet resources into those lessons, things like flash video files or games or different activities that you can find online. You can insert into a lesson, and then your students can actually go up, interact with the board, and then there's that interaction element there. Which is nice because one of the big things we like to do with the Smartboard is encourage collaboration and interaction between the teacher and the student and the material, and just across the board. Smart boards can be very useful at engaging the students through technology.